Alright, so we're working on Pong, and actually we just finished step 1. A good idea before you go on to another step is to make sure you save your work. So you can do that either from the File menu, say Save Project, or just click on this. This is one of the old-timey storage disks. I don't know why they still use that icon, but anyway, you can click on that to save things too. So let's go to step 2 now. So step 2, we created the ball. So our next step is to create a paddle. Okay. In this game, the paddle is a turtle that is programmed to follow your mouse pointer so you can use your mouse to play the game. So what we want is that as we move the mouse, the paddle moves. Hatch a new turtle and open its backpack. Go to the State tab and edit the turtle's name. So let's go to the State tab. So it's a control click on a Mac. I think it's a right click on Windows. Open backpack. Change his name to Paddle. Again, no spaces in the name. Okay. If you want to call it Pong Paddle or something like that, no space. You need to just make it one word. Otherwise, Logo gets confused. He thinks you're telling him two different things if you have a space there. Okay, just as you did for the ball, go to the Shapes tab and create a paddle shape. And give that shape to the turtle. Okay, so let's go to the Shapes tab and create a paddle. So let's make a blue paddle, and I'm going to make it rectangular, so I'm going to choose the Fill Rectangle tool here. And do it like that. Okay. You could use a fill pattern too if you wanted. What would that look like? Maybe this. See what that looks like. And then you can, if this is highlighted, if it wasn't highlighted, you could just highlight it, make sure it has that square around it, and then have your finger pointing right on the turtle's body and click on the turtle. And there's your paddle. I think I'd like my paddle a little bit bigger. I'm going to click on the magnifying glass with the plus sign on it. And yeah, that's good. Maybe a little smaller. I'll do the minus sign. There. And now I'm going to click on the red arrow to make sure I have my regular little cursor back. Okay. Now you could just drag this turtle around to use it for a paddle, right? If I do a drag, I can drag it with the mouse and move it around. But then you would need to always hold the mouse button. It would be more fun if the turtle, the paddle, would simply follow your mouse pointer as if it was magnetized. Ooh. So let's see, and you'll see also we can restrict the movement of the paddle in more interesting ways if we do it this way. So open the paddle's rules tab. So here's the backpack for the paddle, and it says on the top, backpack for paddle. And it's got the current image. Also, you know, if you click on this image, it'll make it show up. And this is nice too, even if it's invisible. If you click here, it'll show up so you can see where it is. But anyhow, where was I? We want to go to the Rules tab. In the on-click instruction line, type set pause to mouse pause. and set the mode to forever. Okay, so we want to do this forever. If we do it once, and I click on this guy, he moves to where he moves so that the middle of the paddle is where the mouse is, but it only does it once. So I click again. It does it each time I click, but it's not it's not happening forever. So if I click forever here and click on this guy, then he'll just follow the mouse around on the screen until I click on him again, and then it releases him. Or if I hit stop all, same thing would happen. Okay, mouse pause. What does mouse pause do? Mouse pause reports the position of your mouse pointer. So let's look at that. Mouse pause. I'm looking at the vocabulary here. Mouse pause. Okay, so mouse pause. So in these vocabulary, I mean, if you haven't used the vocabulary very much, the way it's set up is that it's alphabetical or by topics, and there are 3 columns. The first column gives you the name of the procedure. The second column tells you what it does. So this says stands for mouse position, reports the page coordinates representing the current mouse position on the screen. See set pause. So it tells you related what do you call related procedures. Okay, so it says here, given that there is a turtle on the page, and then in this third column there's usually examples. Given that there is a turtle on the page, set pause, mouse pause will work. Okay, so there are videos that explain commands and reporters. So mouse pause is a reporter because it reports the page coordinates. Okay, so reporters pass information to other procedures. So set pause, what set pause needs as input is a position. So let's look at set pause for a second. Set pause. There's a lot of sets. Set opacity, set pen size, set pause. So set pause, and also in the vocabulary right underneath the procedure name, if it needs any inputs, it'll explain what it needs for inputs. So set pause stands for set position, moves the turtle to the designated XY coordinates. The center point of the page is 0, 0. The maximum number for X and Y is 999. So if you say set pause 0, 0, let's try it. If I say, who am I talking? Yeah. If you're not sure which turtle you're talking to, because I have more than one turtle on the page, right? So I could say set pause, and I'm not sure which turtle would move. You can always say show who, and that will tell you who the current turtle is. So if I say show who, it says paddle is the turtle that I'm talking to right now. So so if I say set pause to 0, 0, it moves the paddle to the middle of the page. If I say set pause, because 0, 0 is the middle, okay? So these are your X coordinates going this way. So when X gets bigger, let's make the X 100 and leave the Y at 0. And it just moves it across this way. Or if I make the X minus 100, it's over this way, okay? And then I can change the Y. If I make Y 100, it moves up. So making Y get bigger moves it up on the screen and making it smaller. If I say set pause minus 100, so the X right now, the X coordinate is minus 100. Okay, so here's 0 about here, right? And then here's minus 100, here's 100. If I make the Y coordinate minus 100, it's going to go down. So here, okay? So what mouse pause does is it figures out what the X and Y are where the mouse is, okay? And it tells you, and it gives that information because we wrote set pause first. When mouse pause gets that information, it passes it over to set pause. So basically what happens is forever you're running this set pause, and set pause can't do its work until it gets the position. So set pause waits until he gets the mouse pause, and then he sets the paddle's position to that mouse pause. Okay, so when we click on this guy, and because I'm saying do it forever, he just keeps doing it until I click on him again. Okay. All right, so that's pretty cool, and we're finished with step 2, so let's go ahead and save the project. Oh, and also the saving your work is covered in step 9 too. So to save your work, you just go to the file menu and say save project. And now it's saved, and we're ready to go on to step 3, which is bounce on the paddle.